The View co-host Sunny Hostin's husband, Emmanuel Hostin, has been accused of federal insurance fraud.
Sunny Hostin, her husband accused of committing federal insurance fraud in a lawsuit.
Hold on, folks, because this story is wilder than anything you've heard this week. Imagine this. Sunny Hostin, co-host of The View, known for her fiery takes and sharp legal insights, is now at the center of a swirling scandal. Her husband, Dr. Emmanuel Hostin, a respected orthopedic surgeon, is being accused of running one of the largest insurance fraud schemes in New York's history. But wait, it gets even more dramatic. Rumors are flying that Sunny, a former federal prosecutor herself, might have known about or even been involved in her husband's alleged illegal activities. Can you believe this? Let's dive deeper, because this story has more twists and turns than a soap opera.
According to the documents, he knowingly provided fraudulent medical and other healthcare services, including arthroscopic surgery.
Here's the deal. Dr. Emmanuel Hostin, who's been practicing medicine for years and owns a well-established clinic in New York City, is accused of being involved in a massive fraud operation that allegedly defrauded insurance companies out of millions. According to a lawsuit filed by American Transit, an insurance company primarily serving rideshare drivers and taxi companies, Dr. Hostin and nearly 200 other defendants exploited New York's no-fault insurance laws. These laws are meant to ensure that people injured in car accidents get medical care without delay, but the lawsuit claims Dr. Hostin took advantage of the system by performing unnecessary surgeries and procedures on patients who didn't need them, all while submitting fraudulent insurance claims. And here's where it gets even more dramatic. The lawsuit also alleges that he was pocketing kickbacks disguised as dividends or cash payouts. If these claims are true, this isn't just a small-time scheme. It's a calculated operation with potentially billions of dollars at stake.
This is the largest RICO case ever filed in the state of New York. You guys wrap that around your brain. That's bigger than the mafia.
Now, let's talk about the big guns. This lawsuit isn't just any lawsuit. It's been filed under RICO laws originally designed to take down mobsters and organized crime. This means prosecutors are treating this case with the same level of seriousness they'd give to a mafia bust. And get this, under RICO, if Dr. Hostin and the other defendants are found guilty, the damages awarded could be tripled. That's right. What's already a $150 million lawsuit could balloon into a $450 million disaster. But here's the kicker. This isn't just about the money. If Dr. Hostin is convicted, he could be facing serious prison time. And let's not forget the jaw-dropping detail that federal investigators allegedly found large sums of cash during a raid on the Hostin residence. How does that even happen?
He was scamming insurance companies from taxi drivers, Uber drivers, and Lyft drivers. He was performing unnecessary surgeries and then providing fraudulent medical services in exchange.
But the real question is, what role did Sunny play in all of this? As if being married to someone accused of such a high-profile crime wasn't enough, rumors are swirling that Sunny might have been involved in covering up her husband's alleged actions. Let's not forget, before she became a household name on The View, Sunny was a federal prosecutor who specialized in fraud cases. People are raising eyebrows, wondering how someone with her expertise might have missed the red flags, if there were any. Some are even speculating that she may have used her legal knowledge to help her husband navigate loopholes or hide transactions. Imagine the irony if that turns out to be true.
Sunny Hostin on The View, Tom, basically implicating her husband in this type of a scheme.
And Sunny isn't exactly staying quiet. She came out swinging, calling the lawsuit against her husband frivolous and accusing American Transit of running a smear campaign against her family. In a fiery statement, she claimed that the company is on the brink of financial ruin and filed this lawsuit as a desperate attempt to avoid paying legitimate medical claims. She even accused the insurance firm of using her celebrity status to poison public opinion, plastering her family's photos all over tabloids and what she described as a disgusting media smear campaign. To top it all off, Sunny and her husband's legal team, which includes high-profile attorney Mark Gagos, have threatened a $5 million counter-lawsuit for defamation and emotional distress. And in true Sunny fashion, she didn't hold back, saying, "Where I come from, American Transit will receive a PhD from FFO University." Yes, you heard that right. FFO, as in mess around and find out. Talk about confidence in the face of chaos.
But it's just, I mean, Pat, you're married. Tom, you're married. If your husband's doing something, if he's allegedly doing something like this, you guys would know if your wives were up to.
But while Sunny is fiercely defending her husband, not everyone is buying it. Critics are calling her response a distraction, pointing out that the allegations in the lawsuit are incredibly detailed. For example, American Transit claims that Dr. Hostin performed surgeries on patients involved in minor accidents, so minor that they barely caused any damage to the vehicles involved. These patients reportedly suffered only soft tissue injuries, yet they allegedly underwent invasive procedures. If true, this paints a picture of a doctor more concerned with billing insurance than providing patient care.
Stuff. Let's just not forget who she is. She's been, for years, lecturing America about morality, inequality, systemic failures.
It's not just about the surgeries. The lawsuit also alleges that Dr. Hostin was part of a larger network of medical providers, clinics, and third-party companies that work together to defraud insurance companies. This so-called operation allegedly involved everything from unnecessary diagnostic tests to inflated billing practices. It's like something out of a crime drama, except it's playing out in real life with Sunny and her husband at the center of it. What's even more shocking is how long this alleged operation might have been running. According to documents filed by American Transit, this network of fraud could date back more than a decade, potentially involving hundreds of millions in fraudulent claims. This isn't some overnight scheme. It's described as a deeply entrenched system that allegedly preyed on vulnerable individuals like rideshare drivers, who often can't afford to challenge medical bills or seek second opinions. The long timeline raises questions about how such an operation could have gone undetected for so long, and whether other insurance companies might have been duped in similar ways.
So we know Sunny Hostin and her husband, Dr. Emmanuel Hostin, are preparing for a legal battle to fight accusations that he committed federal insurance fraud.
To add to the intrigue, legal experts are pointing out the sheer complexity of this case, with nearly 200 defendants involved, each tied to different roles within this alleged operation. The courtroom drama promises to be nothing short of chaotic. From medical practitioners to administrative staff, everyone named in the lawsuit will likely have their own version of events, creating a web of testimonies that could take years to unravel. And with federal investigators reportedly expanding their probe, there's speculation that even more names could be added to the list of defendants. Could this turn into one of the largest healthcare fraud cases in the country's history? It's a possibility that's hard to ignore.
And it's a very serious crime. In fact, it's one of the largest, if not the largest, RICO case in New York's history.
Meanwhile, insiders close to the Hostin family claim that Sunny has been working behind the scenes to control the narrative. Allegedly, she's been using her media connections to push back against the lawsuit's claims, framing her husband as a victim of a failing insurance company trying to shift the blame. While some see this as a savvy PR move, others argue it's a risky strategy that could backfire if new evidence emerges. For now, Sunny seems determined to stand by her husband. But the question remains, how long can she maintain her defiant stance if the case continues to escalate?
And they're essentially saying that it's a money grab. And they're also going to countersue for millions of dollars, $5 million plus.
The fallout, as you can imagine, has been massive. Sunny's credibility as a commentator on The View is now being called into question. How can she sit there and criticize politicians, public figures, and corporations when her own household is embroiled in such a scandal? Some viewers are demanding her resignation, saying her position on the show is no longer tenable. Others, however, are defending her, arguing that she shouldn't be held accountable for her husband's alleged actions, especially since no concrete evidence has linked her to the scheme. But let's be real. In the court of public opinion, perception is everything. And right now, things aren't looking great for Sunny. And then there's the drama behind the scenes at The View. Rumors are swirling that tensions are high among the co-hosts, with some allegedly questioning whether Sunny's personal troubles are becoming a distraction. While the show thrives on heated debates and differing opinions, this kind of scandal is a whole different beast. Will the network stand by Sunny, or could this be the beginning of the end for her time on the show? The broader implications of this case are also worth noting. If the allegations are true, it raises serious questions about accountability in both the healthcare and media industries. How does someone in such a high-profile position get entangled in something so potentially damaging? And what does it say about the systems that allowed this alleged scheme to go on for so long. The lawsuit also highlights the vulnerability of New York's no-fault insurance laws, which were designed to help accident victims but are now allegedly being exploited. Dr. Hostin denied the charges.
Emanuel denied the allegations via a statement through his lawyer, telling Daily Mail that his client, quote, denies each and every allegation and that the lawsuit is a blanket, scattershot, meritless lawsuit.
As for Dr. Hostin, his legal battle is just beginning. With nearly 200 defendants named in the lawsuit, this case is expected to drag on for years. Each defendant will likely try to distance themselves from the allegations, leading to a tangled web of conflicting testimonies and legal maneuvers. And let's not forget the possibility of settlements. Already, more than 40 defendants in the case have reportedly reached settlements in principle. Could Dr. Hostin follow suit, or will he fight to clear his name in court? Either way, the legal fees alone could be astronomical, not to mention the potential penalties if he's found guilty. So, where does this leave Sunny and her family? The stakes couldn't be higher. If evidence emerges linking Sunny to her husband's alleged activities, she could face charges of her own. Even if she's not directly implicated, the damage to her reputation could be irreversible. Her career, her family's finances, and her public image are all hanging in the balance. What do you think? Could Sunny's fierce defense of her husband be a genuine act of loyalty, or is it a calculated move to protect her own image? And if the allegations against Dr. Hostin are true, how deep does this rabbit hole go? One thing's for sure. This
Sunny seems
story
determined to
is
stand by her
far from
husband, but the
over.
question
Keep
remains,
your eyes
how long can
peeled
she
because the
maintain her
twists and
defiant
turns
stance
are
if the
only
case
just
continues to
beginning.
escalate,
Until
using her
next
media
time,
connections to push
stay
back against the
tuned and
lawsuit's
don't
claims,
forget to
framing
drop
her
your
husband
thoughts
as a
in the
victim of a
comments
failing
below.
insurance company trying to shift blame.